Can you see clearly from there, inshallah? Yeah. Surface appearance. We call it units, courses, disciplines, sciences, objects, processes, phenomena, laws. All these are appearances to the ayat. What ayat are we talking about? We're talking about the ayat that we read in the Quran. The Quran is filled with ayat. The Quran has over 6,000 ayat. So we have over 6,000 ayat in the Quran we can read. But there are so many ayat in the universe around us. A flower is an ayah. A spider is an ayah. A bird is an ayah. Ayah means a sign. A sign means something that takes you to some other place. So when you look at the human being and you see the organization and the beauty in the human being, say, wow, subhanallah, what is this great organization? If there is an organization, there must be an organizer. You see what I mean? The organizer, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, how many ayah we have in the universe you can see? You cannot count them. Beyond counting. You can't count them. I see in the Quran. If you try to count the ayat in the universe, you need to change all the forests in the world into pen. Make pens out of the forest, of the trees. And you need all the oceans, 7 times the present oceans, of ink. And you begin using the wooden sticks or the pens, stick them in the ink, and begin writing. And you will keep writing, and the ink will go, and the pens will go, and you have not finished the counting. So this is the universe, and ayat in the universe. The sun is an ayah. The moon is an ayah. Day and night is an ayah. Ayah means something that takes you somewhere. When you see the ayah, it takes you to the one who made the ayah. The sign that takes somewhere. I think this will be good enough here. I just want to go about the tilawa again. Tilawa, you have a box at the bottom of the tilawa arrow. It says iqra. The word iqra is the first word that came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the earth. Iqra. Iqra. Al-Wahy came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Iqra. Iqra bism rabbika alladhi khalaq. خلق الإنسان من علق. فإقرأ, it's a very important word. As a matter of fact, whenever you go now, you can see, you go to doctor's office, first thing he gives you, read this. Go to the bank, read this. Go to this one, read this. You drive the car, first thing you read signs. Reading becomes the first step on almost everything. The first step and important step. And it's just kind of interesting to know that, subhanAllah, the first ayah, the first word is iqra. And the second surah is uktub. Right. Noon wal qalami wa ma yasturun. As if, man, what's going on here? It means Islam is a religion of education. Islam encourages people to read and write, and these are the 2 key processes for learning. So Islam and religion, Islam and science, Islam and science and knowledge are married happily together. The tilawa means recitation, reading, rehearsing, or proclaiming out loud. It's the first word received by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The second part of the model, ta'lim. Ta'lim is connected with knowledge. So when you teach the knowledge, you also learn. Somebody learns it. So the word ta'lim, it's a comprehensive word for 2 processes: teaching and learning. You're teaching and learning. Somebody's teaching, somebody's learning. And sometimes when you're teaching, you are learning yourself. And they say the teachers learn best because they learn twice. They learn when they prepare, and they learn when they teach. Now, what should we teach? According to Imam al-Ghazali rahimahullah, Imam al-Ghazali identified in his book Jawahir al-Quran, the jewel of the Quran, the jewels of the Quran. Jawahir al-Quran, it's a very, very nice book, small one, but filled with jawahir, lu'lu'. It says he identified 3 types of fundamental knowledge. Fundamental knowledge. The first one is Dhatullah, or the essence of Allah. The second one is Sifatullah, the attributes of Allah. The third one, Af'alullah, the creations, the ayat of Allah. These are the three fundamental. Imam al-Ghazali said, the first one, the essence of Allah, stay away from it because you cannot understand it. The mind is not designed to even get a glimpse of it. Dhatullah. The Quran says, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. Nothing is like Him. So, because the mind understands things, and Allah is not a thing, so the mind will be wander around, and he will not go anywhere. And Imam Ghazali said that this is sort of a dangerous neighborhood. Don't go alone there. Stay away from it. The second one is attributes of Allah. This is called al-asma' wa sifat. Asma' Allah al-husna wa sifatih al-ula. The attributes of Allah, all of us know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has 99 names. All of us know this. And it's a good idea to make every kid in the school memorize the 99 names. Because when you memorize them and know them, read them, learn them, and follow them, you'll be one of the residents of paradise, inshallah. And I had the pleasure of being a principal in Richmond, British Columbia, Canada. And when I was in Florida first, and then I moved to British Columbia. The first thing I said, okay, everybody in the school must memorize Asma Allah al-Husna. Everyone, janitors, teachers, staff, everyone, kindergarten, grade 12, grade 11, everybody. And we had an effort, and alhamdulillah, everybody memorized that. And we had a fundraising dinner, and all these kids coming along, taking their place in the masjid. They began on the signal. They began reciting the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By the time they sat down, the 99 names were read. It was tremendous, thunderous welcome to the school. Some people have problems in finding the difference between Asma Allah wa Sifat Allah. They are not the same. They are close, but they are not the same. For example, Al-Hakim, and then Hikmah. Hikmah is the name. Al-Hakim is the attribute. You see what I mean? So the wisdom and wise. So there's a bit of difference here. But when you go through the tazkiyah process with the kids, make sure that you give the kids clues that look at this, what we're studying. Isn't that great? Isn't that marvelous? Look at the wisdom behind it. You see what I mean? And then, of course, the last one of knowledge, we're talking about fundamental knowledge. And Imam al-Ghazali said, read, study as much as you can about the creation of Allah. Creation of Allah. What's the creation of Allah? The mountains, the seas, what in the sea, the fish, how people use the water, animals, birds, plants, and you name it. You look at the whole universe and slice it in different sections. Man is a legitimate field of study. Plants, another field of study. Animals, another field of study. How about rocks? Rocks too. Look at the rocks and the beauty in the rocks and the formation of the rocks. How much chemistry you can teach the kids when they study the rocks. And so on. This is just an idea about what goes on. As I mentioned earlier, ta'aleem, teaching and learning, is connected to thinking in Islam. SubhanAllah, I've never seen this except in the Quran, who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ask people, Alam yara, yanzurun, ya'qilun, yafqahun, yubsirun, yatafakkarun, ulul albab, yatasa'alun, ulil nuha, ulil absar. These are items for people who are thinking. That's why, and then the translation is here, of course, don't they see until you go at the bottom, those who have visions. I don't have to read everything because you're going to help me out, inshallah.